Alright, so I've got my coffee ready. No little Levi cameo today. I'm so sorry. He was off playing with the kids and he didn't come by while I was making my coffee, so I was like, oh, I guess no little Levi in today's show. I'm so sorry about that because I know a lot of you do enjoy seeing him when he pops in at the beginning of my videos. But yeah, today we're here for another Will I Buy, talking about new makeup releases per usual as I do every single week, which, by the way, I have a teensy little announcement to make. I'm not going to be having a Will I Buy It new video next weekend, next Saturday, because my husband's taking the week off and so I don't want to have to film when he's home. So I'm just going to go ahead and skip next week because I can't really pre-film a weekly Will I Buy It just because you never know what's going to come out. So I will have to go ahead and just skip, and if there's anything really big that I wanted to talk about, I can touch on it the following week. I'm going to try to still have a video up on Saturday, but it won't be a Will I Buy It, it won't be a live premiere, that sort of thing. So I'm so sorry about that, but I did want to make sure I told you guys in the beginning in case you don't stay till the end. That way you guys know and aren't expecting one next weekend. But yeah, today we're just going to sit down and talk about some new makeup releases. There aren't too many, but there's some good ones. Or at least good ones, like just good to talk about. Like I saw them and I'm not particularly interested in buying them, but they're going to be fun to talk about. So let's go ahead and just jump right into it, shall we? And get to talking about all the new makeup releases that have happened this past week. Okay, so first up, big news of the day, but HipDot is collaborating with Reese's, like the Reese's peanut butter cups, but this is Reese's makeup, and they have a collection that they are launching. And they actually just launched today at the day of me filming this. They just launched it a couple minutes ago, but they have two different types of palettes, as you can see over here. I think we have a white chocolate and then a milk chocolate. I think Gina from Faces by Gina on Instagram was saying that, like, how dare they not do a dark chocolate one, and I totally agree, like, where's the dark chocolate? But I was excited to see what they would do with this. The white chocolate is definitely like an easy pass for me. Like, there's an orange. I wish that orange was in the milk chocolate one because I think I'd be a little bit more tempted. Also, too, I believe there's a glitter one. The middle at the bottom, both of those look like they're glitters, but I'm not 100% sure. I asked, but I haven't received an answer yet. But the palettes are just okay. I like the orange in the orange palette, and then the yellow looks really nice, but I wish there was an orange shimmer. Like I said, I wish that orange from the white chocolate was up with the milk chocolate, and then it'd be a little bit more tempting. As it is, I'm most attracted to the packaging, and that's about it. So it's going to be an easy pass. The lipsticks are cute. Like, I think those Reese's lips, that's so, so cute. I'm tempted. And then the brushes, if they weren't double-sided, I think I would be a lot more tempted to pick them up because I love the coloring. But double-sided, I have so many double-sided in my collection, and I just don't like them because inevitably one or the other side will get ruined or not used because I store all of my brushes standing up. But I really do like that little small detail. Like, it's a flat little detail brush and a tiny little blending brush. I think that looks nice, but it's just not the type of brush that I go for. So the collection as a whole, super cute. I love Reese's cups. I absolutely love Reese's cups, definitely dark chocolate, but they're so good. I love chocolate and peanut butter, my favorite combination. So I want it for that purposes of it, but when I actually look at the makeup, I'm not into any of it, so I'm gonna pass. So this is from LaReina Cosmetics. I believe I've talked about this brand before in the past. It sounds familiar, but they're coming out with a new product called High Expectations. I'm not into the cover personally. The artwork on the front isn't really my style, but the actual color story, let's see. This color story is really pretty. I love the green and the orange and the yellow. Like, I love those. Like, it's a very beautiful grungy palette. Do I have this probably 50 times over in my collection? Yes, but still, I'm very much attracted to it. It looks like it has a glitter up there, which isn't, I don't know, not my vibe. And then those two greens up there in that second row from the top, they look identical. I'm sure they're different, but they look so close. So, oh, it looks like there's two glitters actually in this palette. Like, I love the color story, but everything added together is just going to be an easy pass for me. Very pretty. It did catch my eye, but it's going to be a pass. Real quick, I want to touch on Farmacy is launching Sweet Apple Clean. This is their Makeup Melt Away Cleansing Balm. I feel like they're pulling a little bit of like a Beauty Blender here. You know, Beauty Blender is forever releasing their Beauty Blender in just different colors and calling it like new. I feel like they're starting to do that with this line because they're very popular for it, and they've launched it in a cherry version, the original, of course, and the cherry version, and now this sweet apple. So I'm like, what other fruit are they going to launch with it? I mean, it's neat, it's nice, but it's just a little anticlimactic for me. I guess I was just kind of like, oh, okay, it's just the same stuff with a different smell to it. It's a nice cleanser. I wouldn't say it's my favorite melt away type of cleanser. What would be my favorite one? I still have really good memories of the It Cosmetics, what is it? Bye Bye Makeup. That one's really good. And then I also really like the Good Molecules, their cleanser. I'm wanting to repurchase it. Whenever it comes to Ulta, I'm going to buy a new one because I'm out of it and I really did enjoy it. But anyway, that wasn't the point of this part of the video. I just want to let you know that they have a different scent of their Melt Away Cleansing Balm. Okay, so Lois Cosmetics, I talked about them last week. They kind of were hinting at their eyeshadow palette, but they showed the actual cover, and here's what it looks like. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not crazy into it because I think it's called Meet Me in the Underworld, so like they're supposed to look like they're dead, and that just a little bit weirds me out. It's not exactly my vibe, but they still look a little bit alive, so I'm like, okay, maybe they're just really tired and sleepy, and that's why they look like. So I don't know. I'm gonna wait to see what the inside looks like and decide if I want to get this, but seeing the full cover, and I mean, I know there's a theme to it. I'm not saying anything if you like that theme. If they went for that theme, I totally understand it. But for me personally, I just get a little weirded out with like dead looking people on a palette. It's just a little not my vibe. So I don't know. I'm gonna wait to see what the inside of it looks like before I decide. But I'm kind of, now that I've seen the cover, I'm leaning a little bit farther away from getting it. But maybe the inside will make me forget that there's two people that look dead on the cover. Okay, so Benefit launched 3 new face palettes, and they all look the same, especially when you go to swatch them. I don't see much difference. I will say I appreciate that they're smaller. I feel like in past, Benefit has done really large face palettes with just a bunch in there. So, you know, I appreciate that they just stuck to 4 of them and gave you like a highlight, a bronze, and a blush. But man, I mean, Benefit's got to come out with deeper shades of their Hoola. Like, do they have deeper shades? Maybe they do, and I'm just not aware. But as it is, it's like, if you have any of Benefit's previous face palettes, you definitely don't need this one. It's okay. I'm not planning to pick it up personally. Okay, so Killer Queen Cosmetics is coming out with this, what do they call it? The first ever 28 special color artistry paint palette features. Can be used for body paint, liner looks, whatever your heart desires. This is not an eyeshadow palette. It is a graphic liner body paint palette. However, it can be used as eyeshadow as well. It is like multi-chromes, duochromes, and regular chromes. So there's 15 multi-chromes, 7 duochromes, and 6 regular chromes. It's going to retail for $168, but you can use the code KILLER to save 12%. This is an easy pass for me. I'll just tell you that right now. Like, I think it's pretty. I like the variety that they did, but it just feels like you could have edited this down. I understand there's different finishes, so maybe that's why there's so many colors that look very close. But still, it's like paying over $100. I wish they would either have sold them as a bundle of like just single shadows and not in a palette, or put it in a nicer palette, because I think that's the biggest thing for me, to spend so much money on a palette that's kind of like coastal scentsy. You know, the packaging is just like, I don't know, I can't do it. I don't know. That's just visually, that's my problem. And that's like my holdup every time I look at this palette. It's like, oh, it looks pretty. Have they done swatches yet? I honestly am not sure. Swatches coming later today, and that was 1 day ago. So let me see, maybe they're in there. Let's run through this really quick. Nope, I don't know where swatches are, but anyway, I don't know. It's just, that's a struggle for me, is when the palette packaging looks so cheap, and to spend over $100. Like, I understand that the product itself is what makes the price high, but that's almost why I wish they would have just omitted the palette altogether and sold it as singles like so many indie brands do, and then you could also have the option of just buying a couple individually, and that would also cut down on the cost for the, you know, customer to buy it. But as it is, like, over $150, like, this is more than a Natasha Denona palette. To drop all that for this, it's just, maybe if you were an artist, if you were a makeup artist and you did a lot of fun looks and stuff on Instagram, you can find a purpose and a reason for it. But for me, there's no way. It's an easy pass for me. Sigma launched a new blush palette and also some brushes, I believe. Yeah, these 3 new brushes. I think they might just be the regular brush. Like, the brush bristles are the same, but the ferrule is like a little different. But here is the blush palette. I always struggle to say blush palette. Anyway, it's a nice palette. I'm not much of a blush person though, so this is all around an easy pass. The brushes themselves look very nice. Like, that's a very pretty ferrule, but I don't need new brushes. So it's all around an easy pass, but I did want to just let you guys know that they do have some new products launching. Okay, so Anastasia Beverly Hills launched makeup remover wipes. They put them in really pretty hollow packaging, so that's a plus. It's very pretty to look at. How much is this? $6 for 30 wipes. I don't know, that doesn't sound too bad for 30 wipes, $6. I guess maybe, I probably, when I buy makeup remover wipes, because I do sometimes buy them for swatches, because they do get my swatches, like when I swatch stuff on my arm, they get it off easier than like a baby wipe does. A baby wipe just doesn't tend to get, especially pigmented color that stains, it doesn't tend to get those off. So I do like having makeup remover wipes around. And I feel like I probably spend like $5 or $6 for 30. It's been a little while, so I'm a little rusty. But anyway, that doesn't sound terrible of a price for Anastasia. I feel like Anastasia is expensive. Anyway, I know a lot of people are kind of like, you know, harping on this because it's like you're releasing makeup remover wipes when everyone talks about not using them, and I get it, but at the same time, like, especially since I feel like Anastasia Beverly Hills kind of caters to the MUAs, I feel like makeup remover wipes are probably very useful when you're doing other people's makeup, not for like actually using it on the client, but just cleaning up and stuff. Like I said, baby wipes, I mean, they work, but they do a lot of smearing as well. So I don't know. I'm not mad at this. I don't think it's like terrible. It's definitely very unexpected and kind of anticlimactic coming from Anastasia to see, oh, she has something new and it's like makeup remover wipes. But I don't know. It's just something new to add to her line. She obviously didn't have it before, so she's launching it now. It is what it is. I'm not picking it up, but at least it's in pretty packaging. Okay, Colourpop launched little quads that look like all of their other palettes. Yeah, Colourpop has quads. I think they're pretty neutrals. I mean, there's a little pop of that corally one, but I don't know. I just saw this come out, and I think that with Colourpop, I wish they would like stick to certain like lines and certain styles and just stick to it. I feel like they're always all over the place. They were doing those like Natasha Denona dupes with the little 5 pans. They've done the little big, you know, the really big palettes. They do the smaller, what is it, 12 pan palettes. I just feel like they're all over the place with the style of their palettes and whatnot. Now they're doing little 4 pan quads, and it's just, I don't know, a little bit all over the place. This is an easy pass for me. You can use the code DUPE THAT for 10% off. How much is it? I am not sure, but they're launching soon. I can imagine if you enjoy neutrals, this would be great. But also, too, if you've ever purchased anything from Colourpop, you have every single one of these colors in every single palette that Colourpop has ever launched, except maybe their Fade to Hue palette. But you know what I mean. I feel like they didn't give you anything that groundbreaking, but maybe if you were new to Colourpop and you weren't big into doing your eye makeup, you could buy one of these and be set. So I guess there's a purpose. I don't know. There must be a purpose for it to be in their line because they're making it, and they wouldn't make it if it didn't do well, so I don't know. I'm not interested though. Oh yeah, and Colourpop also launched Color Sticks. They're launching on 4/13 at 10 a.m. PST. I am not the craziest fan of their pencil products. Don't really last on me. I just tried to use one yesterday and the tip broke off per usual when I went to use it. So it's an easy pass for me, but they are launching some pretty like shades. They're not all, varying shades of nude and black. So I think that's nice, but it's going to be a pass for me. Oh, I'm so excited to finally get to talk about this, but Annette from Annette's Makeup Corner is collaborating with Menagerie Cosmetics on this palette called Serenity. At the time of me filming this, we still don't know what the inside looks like or the cover or the color show or anything, but it's obviously butterflies all over it and it looks beautiful, and I cannot wait to see the inside. And that has given me a little sneak peeks behind the scenes, but I haven't seen much, so I cannot wait. It's launching May 1st at 10 a.m. PST. Huge congratulations to Annette. I will be on their website, and I'm not going to do what I did for the last Menagerie launch where I totally forgot about it till an hour later and then everything was sold out. I'm going to set like 50 alarms on that day because I definitely want to pick this up. Huge congratulations. Suffice to say, I'm buying it and I will definitely be featuring it on my channel. Okay, so this is Illamasqua and it's a bronzer quad? I don't understand the blue in this. I'm so confused with the blue. I think the blue is a product that you're supposed to swirl together and it's supposed to like cool. I don't know. The blue confuses me so much. I'm just like, what is that? They also have these lip products as well. This whole collection is very confusing. It's like, what does that blue do? What is that line down the middle? Now, I was reading and they did say you could use, the bronzer side and the contour side. You could use them kind of separately to get more defined and then more just like bronzing it out and warming up the face, or you can mix it all together to kind of just get a 2-for-1. So when they say mix it all together, it makes me think that the blue is also a product that you can mix together. But like, why would you want blue in your contour? I am not a makeup artist, obviously, so maybe blue is really good to put in bronzer and cool down the product. I don't know, but that blue is throwing me off so much. And then the lip products, I don't know, it just looks weird with those things in the middle. I'm like, what's the purpose of that? Just mix it all together and put it in a color for me to put on my lips. I don't understand having it not mix. I mean, and it's different. I get it. It's a marketing thing. But for me, it's just kind of like I have to do the work myself now, because when you apply it, then you have to kind of work extra hard to make sure you're blending all those colors together. So I don't know. It was an interesting launch, but I saw that blue and I just had to stop and I was looking into it. So I was like, I gotta mention this in the next one I buy, because it still confuses me, even as I'm talking to you guys, what it's all about. Oh, very quickly, I wanted to share with you guys by Michelle Wang, or by Michelle. I always read the Instagram handle, but Michelle Wang, she has her own business by Michelle Wang on Instagram, and she is launching necklaces. These are 14 karat necklaces. They look absolutely beautiful. She's absolutely stunning. They look amazing, but I am not that luxury girl, so I checked out her page, and I think she also has earrings too. The earrings are under $1,000, but the necklaces I did notice were all over $1,000, and I feel so bad for not like supporting her business at all, but this is my way of supporting her, to let you guys know if you're more into luxury makeup and luxury jewelry and stuff like that, definitely recommend you check her out. But when I look at the price tag, it's just like, oh my gosh, I can't spend that money on a necklace, but it looks beautiful. Huge congratulations to Michelle. I got some tags in this. This is Asgard Queen Cosmetics. I'm totally new to this brand, but this is the Princesses. Welcome the long-awaited palette in shades of green named Nerfus Temple. Interesting, really pretty type of packaging. And then the inside looks like, I think they're all single shadows and they just sell it to you in this little compact, I guess. But that's the color story. It looks so pretty. It reminds me of Tammy Tenuka, just the way that they style the pictures and the swatches and the pigmentation whatnot. That's what it gives me vibes of. But anyway, really pretty color story. Like, look how beautiful those are. I love the color story. That's a beautiful grungy green color story with that pop of blue in there. There's a lime green in there that you guys know I love. I am super tempted. I forget if they have a price. The palette is available on their Etsy shop right now. That is very, very beautiful. I think they look really nice, and that's a cute little palette. I mean, it looks really pretty, and brand new brand to me. I will definitely keep an eye on them in the future, but let me know what you guys think if you've heard of this brand. But that color story is definitely tempting. I'm not planning to pick it up right now, but every time I look at this palette or look at this picture, I'm like more and more tempted. Next up is from Kaja Beauty Official. They are duping ABH, if I remember correctly, or is it Huda Beauty? I think it's ABH. Anyway, they launched all these new palettes. This is the first one. That looks really pretty. That's kind of like what I wish Reese's Peanut Butter had kind of went with, that color story. Anyway, then there's this one, Beach Bum. The swatches look really pretty. Kaja Beauty swatches always look very good. I haven't yet to try them. There's this laid back one. Yeah, this is ABH. I remember them launching one like that. And then Party Girl. Oh, and then also Road Trippin'. Okay, so maybe this is a mix of ABH and Huda Beauty, because I don't think ABH launched a neutral one. I could be mistaken. Anyway, whatever the case is, it's going to be easy pass for me. The color stories, I never really, that one is the only one that I'm interested in, but I don't need it. I'm talking myself out of it. Yes, I could get it, but I don't need to. $15 each though is not a bad price, so I thought that was pretty nice. And yeah, Beach Bum is definitely the one that catches my attention the most. This one, Amore, it also catches my attention, but there's a glitter in it, and I don't know, it just doesn't catch my attention as much as this one. But anyway, it's all gonna be a pass for me. Chantecaille is launching new products. This is the Flower Power collection. The packaging is beautiful, but the price always scares me away. So I have yet to try Chantecaille. And also too, like, these products are pretty, but they're nothing groundbreaking and catch my eye enough to make me tempted to like check out the price and decide if I want it. Presentation wise, it's very pretty. It looks like it's a blurring powder, a blush shade, and then the lipstick. So anyway, beautifully done, but I'm gonna pass. Viseart is launching a new palette. This is the Soleil La Plaga Étendue. I am so sorry for butchering that, but anyway, this is their new palette. It's definitely, I think, pretty and very like summer appropriate. I feel like it's just a good, I mean, if there's a little bit more intensity and like the different shades of brown and pink, and you know, they're just so kind of washed out. But the pops of color in there, I feel like are definitely like spring colors. If they had more intensity to them, that'd be even better. It's definitely not my speed because it is very neutral, but I can see people who are into very neutral palettes really enjoying this because it gives them those pops of colors that aren't too outside their comfort zone. So I definitely think it has a place in the market, but it's just a pass for me. Glam Shop, I believe, is launching this new Volume 2 Total NY Matte. I think it's Total NY Matte Volume 2. I love the color story of this. Like, it's a neutral palette, but it's the type of neutral palette that I really do like. This is my preference when it comes to neutrals because it gives you a lot of very earthy tones, but with color. I guess that's kind of my neutral, the earthy tones. So anyway, I think it's really pretty. I don't think they have any other pictures besides that. I love, it says, do you like all matte eye makeup? Absolutely, I love an all matte eyeshadow palette, so definitely intrigued. I'm gonna wait till I try the 2 Glam Shop palettes that I've already purchased. I said this last week, but I'm not buying anything else from them until I finish trying those. But definitely, like, color story wise, this has my eye. Sleek Makeup also launched this Control Alt collection. They have a Control Alt Create eyeshadow palette. They have a Control Alt Glow highlighting palette, and they have a Control Alt Glaze Lip Volve lip gloss. Really cute collection title. I think that's very cute. And then also the palette color story. That's really cute. I feel like that gives me like a mix of the Lizzie McGuire palette from Colourpop recently. Gives me a mix of that with some neutrals and more pops of colors because it has those lime green yellows there and the pinks and the purples and whatnot. I think it's pretty. I'm not going to be picking anything up from this collection just because I'm really trying to stick to my guns and be very selective if I am going to buy a purchase, or if I am going to buy a palette, I'm going to try to be really picky with it, because if you guys missed my last Shop My Stash, I'll leave it linked up here, but I showed you guys all the palettes I have currently in my to try pile, and it's insane. So I'm trying to be a little more selective. So while I do like this color story, and if I had like 0 palettes in my to try pile, I might be a lot more tempted. As it is, I'm gonna pass, but I do think this collection is really cute. Kaja Makeup is launching this, or Kaja Beauty, sorry, is launching this cream bronzer, powder blush, and powder highlight trio. I wish they would have just done like a powder bronzer and just did all of it powder. I feel like it's a little weird to have one cream product and then the other 2 powders. I don't know, that's me. But I think that's really cute. Cute idea to put them all in a little compact. Would be very, I imagine, travel friendly and very easy and effortless to just take those 3 to really quickly do your bronzer, blush, and highlight. It's gonna be a pass for me though, because I'm more into the palettes instead of the stacking stuff, just for storage purposes. And you guys know I'm not really that crazy about, you know, contour, highlight, and bronzer type palettes. So all around an easy pass for me, but exciting to see coming from Kaja Beauty. I feel like it makes sense for the brand. It makes sense for what they do and what they like, all their aesthetic of the brand. So I thought that was neat coming from them, but still, it's gonna be a pass for me. Makeup Revolution launched this new butterfly collection. This is a Butterfly Forever Flawless eyeshadow palette. Let's see, 18 pastel shadows. These look so pastel. There appears to be glitters in it as well. 1, 2, maybe 3, maybe just 2 of them. Very pretty. I just know, knowing their formula, it's going to be super washed out. So it's an easy pass for me. And even though they're like pastel, besides that green, they're just so soft. They're almost just like, I don't know, beiges and whites. Like, it's very, very soft. It could also be the picture. I guess I could try and find a better picture after they announced it. They don't show their they don't show their palettes too much. This is the only one they have. But anyway, really pretty collection. Like, the palette packaging is beautiful, but looking at the eyeshadow palette, it's an easy pass. Okay, so Makeup Maniac Cosmetics. Did you guys know this? But they have a sister brand. I had no idea, but they have the Flawless Cosmetics Official, and this is their new Aurora palette. It's based in Los Angeles, California. When I was originally like scrolling my Instagram and saw this, I thought it was one of the concept palettes, like from Beauty by the Bunny or from Ari Lynette. So when I actually read it, I was like, oh wait, this is an actual palette. I don't know why it just gives me those vibes, but it's a really pretty color story. I love the blues and those teals and greens to purples and that pop of pink. It's really pretty. Really pretty. I feel like there's glitters in here. I'm honestly not 100% sure though. Let me go to the, see if they have any information. It says shimmers and mattes, so I don't think so. So that's also very promising, and I don't know the price. Pre-orders available now. I'm not going to plan to pick it up. Again, I'm trying to be choosy here, but I do think it's pretty. I think the color story is gorgeous, so definitely caught my eye. I definitely wanted to mention it. The Flawless Cosmetics definitely has my attention now, but I just didn't know before this video that it was a sister brand to Makeup Maniac Cosmetics. So Sample Beauty launched this. I think I touched on it last week in the late break news, but they have this new Plush, I believe it's called, the Plush palette, featuring 24 shades of pigmented eyeshadows and matte foil and duochrome finishes. I'm not crazy about duochromes. I feel like if you're gonna go with a shift, like go with a multi-chrome just because the shift is stronger. I feel like you can see it more, whereas a duochrome is just kind of like, I don't know. I haven't been crazy about most duochromes that I've tried, I feel like, though multi-chromes, I feel like more of those that I've tried have kind of impressed me and I could see the shift easier. Anyway, getting off that rabbit trail, this is a pretty palette. It's like a half neutral, half colorful. I think it's really nice. I could definitely see someone who is more into neutrals but wanting to explore color. This would be a great option to go for, because those 2 top rows you could stay very safe and then kind of incorporate the bottom rows. And you guys know I love the greens and the blues, but it's going to be a pass for me. I said that last week. It's pretty, but it's just easy for me to pass on. I would like to try Sample Beauty at some point in the future, but today is not the day. Okay, this is random, a little bit random for me talking about makeup, but this is Salon Perfect. They just launched their at-home manicure with these Salon Perfect one-step gel pens. So they're a pen that you squeeze and apply your nails. I think it's kind of genius and maybe a bit of a gimmick. Like, I can't decide my thoughts on this because it's kind of genius in that, like, instead of dipping it in and out of the bottle, you just kind of squeeze it and apply it as you go. But also too, I feel like it could be a really big mess because, like, what if you squeeze too much? What are you going to do with it? You can't just stick it back in the bottle, you know? I don't know. I think I'd have to try it to see if it's genius or a gimmick, but it definitely caught my attention. It's definitely something different, I feel like, for nail polish. And yeah, I just had to mention it. I don't plan to pick it up at all, but it's neat. Definitely intrigued me enough to want to share it with you guys. Okay, and last step, I wanted to talk about this brand last week, but I had forgotten about it, forgot to save it. But this is the Delores Jones Cosmetics. They're an India-based and cruelty-free beauty brand. Their newest palette is Molten Bronze. Like, look at this palette. I think that's beautiful. If you're like a neutral lover and you like those warm tones, I think that's pretty. I do like a good warm tone. I just think it looks really pretty, and like the shimmers or metallics or whatever look blinding. The mattes look really promising, and yeah, it's a brand new brand I hadn't heard of before I stumbled across this picture, but it was definitely something that caught my eye, so I figured I would shout it out and share it with you guys. I'm definitely intrigued. Okay, I was so focused on like getting through the list, like I don't think I really stopped at all to drink my coffee, so thankfully it's still hot though. Thankfully. I love a good insulated mug. I hate cold coffee, so the fact that I can come to it like an hour later and it's still warm is amazing. But anyway, that's gonna do it for me. Those are all the makeup products that I wanted to share with you guys that I saw new. Anything that's late breaking, I will stick it over here and just give you guys a brief little synopsis of my thoughts on it and if I plan to pick it up or not, or talk about it later. But yeah, that is gonna do it for today's video. Again, I just want to say it here at the end, I'm not gonna have a video, will I buy it, a new will I buy it premiere video next week. I'm gonna just take that off and put up a different video. But I'm just gonna take a week off from doing the will I buy it's to spend some time with my hubby since he is taking time off, and that is extremely rare. I want to soak up every moment I can of it and just not have to worry about filming when the kids are napping and I could be spending time with my husband. I don't want to be in here filming, so I'm going to take next week off, but I will be back the following week to do another premiere, so I hope you guys don't mind the little break in this series. But yeah, that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing my thoughts on it. I was able to say no to everything, which is always a good day for my bank account, and especially kind of taking a good hard look at my, you know, makeup collection that I need to try, like all my new makeup. A lot of really interesting products that came up, a lot of eyeshadow palettes, which is always exciting for me, and that Lois Cosmetics, I'm definitely interested to see the inside to kind of decide my thoughts on it, but I'm very much like 50-50. It could go either way. Let me know if you'd like to see my thoughts on it. That would definitely help if you could leave comments down below if you'd like to see it featured. If I don't get much requests on it, and maybe if the palette inside is just like, oh, it's a green theme palette, maybe I can talk myself out of it. I don't know. I've been really wanting to try the brand, so I'm so torn. I'm so torn. Like, it could go either way, so I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But anyway, that is going to do it for me. I think I might have already said this, but thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I appreciated you guys tuning in every week for the premiere. I wasn't really sure about doing premieres for Will I Buy It, but I'm glad I tried it because it's something I really do look forward to doing and being able to chat with you guys while the video goes on, and yeah, it's just a really great time. So thank you guys so much for everyone who did tune into the premiere. I really do appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day to spend about 30 minutes is usually what these videos are, so taking that time to spend it with me, I really do appreciate it, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you guys very soon in my next video. Bye guys.